Can I shit on future guests?
I suppose. I mean, it'd be hard to get them after you shit on them.
Yeah,
you never know.
You never know.
It sounds like the type of women you like to date.
Look, I'm still happy about it, even though it didn't end as I thought it was going to
I
end.
had fun. It was a good night.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bar Talk. My name's Dan Mahoney, and I'm joined by our questionably choice-making host, Andy,
Fuck you
of
guys.
Inebriate and Poor Decisions.
He was inebriated.
Oh, I was, yeah.
The art
This
part
is
was
the
questionable.
This is the shitty part about like being in the industry is like then you gotta hear shit like that. And, like,
What are you fucking talking? Welcome to our world.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's like
When you're a general manager of a restaurant downtown, you go to another restaurant, you get hammered, that staff's gonna talk about you.
no,
Why?
I mean not even just that.
And
Like
they're gonna call Carl, and they're gonna say all the stupid shit that I did and said, and he goes, I know.
I was here one night in this in like I knew a lot of people. I was stone cold sober, and this girl's like, "Oh, come dance," and I just got like that super like anxious, like, "Oh no, I'm just got like super anxious."
So you banged back 5 tequila shots.
No, then I got a text message the next day from someone who wasn't here, being like, "When a pretty girl asks you, you should dance," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that about?"
So this is why...
So you were making up for that last one. That you
Yeah.
didn't dance with.
I'm
And
like,
you
"I'll
danced-
show you, motherfuckers."
I'm gonna dance with my pelvis.
I mean, there's a reason I don't work in this town anymore, because I didn't want to hear about what I did.
I get it, man.
And why I had secret bars.
Yeah.
Secret.
We all talk to each other.
Oh, I know, but it's just one of those like you weren't even there. Like,
You don't need to be there. I was.
yeah.
So it's fine. And
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't post that. I mean, we're totally gonna post that.
It's only
I just
like
wanted for
6
half a
second
second
clip.
not to sound like a hypocrite.
Carl was probably dead sober dancing.
Well,
Oh, no.
that's debatable.
Alright,
It's
I take out the
debatable.
dead.
Yeah, he was slightly sober.
I was also here. He was not dead sober.
He's drinking Budweiser. So that was
He
strange.
wasn't hammered, but like
Right, well, that's
yeah.
a poor choice on his part.
Yeah. I mean,
Budweiser.
I was probably drunker than he was. And then I went and had a trash can at the Pillory.
Okay.
Oh, I was like, I'm sorry, you had what?
A trash can?
What are you, a raccoon?
I think that's what it was called.
It's not nice to talk about the women you have relations with.
I have no idea. No.
This is going to be the best cold open or the worst cold open?
Listen. Some of the
He's blushing so hard right now.
Yeah.
I wish the world
because now I'm just like relaying all the fucking nightmares I've dated and been like, you guys have no idea.
We have some.
Don't think you do.
On this episode of Bar Talk, we talk about Andy's past relationships
This is
and what drove him to drink.
This is Andy getting better help from better help. Yeah, that's the online.
Yeah.
Welcome to VH1's Behind the Music. The Andy
Behind
Driscoll
the
episodes.
behind the inebriation. Oh my god.
Yes. So I was at Pillory and Seth from Shine Through is like, he's like, let me buy you. We're all getting trash cans or whatever. He's like, I'll buy you one.
Is that a drink or a shot?
It's a drink.
But it's one of the ones with the Red Bull upside
It's upside down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And someone's like, what's that? I'm like, it's a trash can. They're like, oh. And I'm like, oh shit.
No,
I'm like, why? What's in it? They're like, pretty much everything.
Rule of
I
thumb,
just-
when you have a cup and there's another container inside the cup,
Yeah.
That's always a
you're
bad
probably in for a ride.
Yeah.
But it was
Especially if that cup's gonna, make your anxiety go higher and your heart rate go up. Yes.
But it's also one of those nights where you're like already like
Fuck it.
4 in, where you're
Yeah.
like, wow, decisions are fucking. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's someone else's problem.
Fucking roll the
Right?
dice.
That's sober Andy's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually
I
at that
figured-
point, I'm like, that's future Andy's problem.
Exactly.
And future Andy's like, past Andy's an asshole.
I figured a trash can would be the shot where whatever just falls in the drink mat and you just put it in a
I
shot
wouldn't-
glass.
That's
I
the
was-
Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was nowhere near drunk enough to do that.
Oh my god, the Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
I love that. Love it. Have a free shot? Yeah, here you go.
I did. My buddy that founded Inebriate with me was a bartender and used to tend bar over at Fridays. over at Colony Place, where there is also a Walmart, which is important to the story.
Oh.
Okay, I thought you were just naming places.
No, no,
It's good to know.
There used to be a Bed Bath & Beyond, now that
there's
went out of business.
Michael's,
And Olive Garden.
and
Not
I
Home
can't
Depot, though.
remember why, but he was talking to these girls who were sitting next to me, and he made a shot to prove that he makes gross shots. And he
You
put
could
it.
make any shot gross.
I know, but I don't. But like he put it not in front of me,
gin
but
in it.
like pretty close to in front of me. So I took it as here. I made a gross shot. I don't want
Here,
it to
you
go to
try
waste.
it?
Drink it. So I drank, and he comes over. He's like,
Where'd that go?
Did you drink that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I thought you." He's like, "Oh, you better go walk around Walmart for a while."
What was it?
I have no idea, but it was like
What color
black and
was it?
disgusting.
Black?
Yeah, it was
There's Jaeger in there somewhere.
Why did you have to go walk around Walmart?
because Walmart was 24 hours.
Oh, so
So,
you
like,
need
you
it's a
could
sober
sober
up
up.
walk.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I got you now. I'm on board.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
He's just pacing around like, in circles around TGI
Which
Fridays.
also, then you get home, like the next day you wake up and you're like, that's a random assortment of things I bought at Walmart.
So here's the question, right? Theoretically, if Andy got blackout drunk at Walmart
Yeah.
and fell asleep sitting in a chair up front,
Yep.
you would assume he worked there, right?
Do they have chairs up front?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've never
there's, like,
seen the
little
guy,
benches.
the Walmart greeter guy?
Don't
Yeah.
they just stand there?
Sometimes they're old and they need chairs.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Don't
old.
discriminate.
Yeah, but you
I'm
know,
not discriminating. I'm asking a question. I don't remember seeing a chair there.
Yeah. Some
I don't
people
know.
need
So I
chairs.
just, if you guys
I
need
would
to hide
assume.
drunk, go to Walmart, and no one will think.
The real question is like, if you passed out in a chair in Walmart, how long would it take the overnight employees to find you and be like, I have to do something about this? Because A, they're overnight employees, so most of them be like, fuck that.
Yeah. If I worked the overnight shift at Walmart, I'd be like, "Pff, not my problem. That's
You're just-
daytime Andy's problem.
You're in the bike alley where like they're all stand up straight and you're just on a bike passed out and they're like, I'm not.
He's
doing
in the Bobby
that.
Power Wheels.
Like, do you ever see those like TikToks and YouTubes of like people that like sneak in and like camp in the store like stealthily?
Yeah.
Like,
I've
how many
seen it.
times do the overnight staff know they're there and just be like, I'm not
not fucking
I
dealing
don't
with
get
that.
paid enough to deal with that.
Yeah.
Many.
Fuck
All-
that.
if
Ooh,
not
you're
all.
hiding in toilet paper. I don't care. I'm staying out of that aisle tonight. Fucking idiot.
Never toilet paper for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, do we have questions?
Sure.
Do we?
I got plenty of questions.
I got a lot of questions about life.
related.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want you to ask them. All right, Becky. If wait
Becky.
yeah, Becky. If wait staff doesn't get an order correct, do you make them pay for it?
No.
No. For like food or drinks?
That's generally what people order.
No, but I mean like there's a difference. There's a difference, I think.
Okay.
If you like ring in a drink incorrectly, it's usually like I don't know, a spill tap or something.
Yeah.
Depends on
But if-
how many times you do this.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
was
I ever
gonna say,
have
right.
done this,
Like,
but
But
At
if like
what
you,
point do you, like,
if you
all right,
ring
I
in a
gotta-
meal, like say if it's like an expensive meal and you ring it in wrong, like say it's like an expensive steak and you accidentally hit well and they wanted it like rare.
And you hear the dishwasher be like, woohoo!
I know. There's a lot of woohoos today.
Yeah, I know.
Then it's kind of like, yeah, you're right. I guess maybe if you like did it a bunch of times or something, like there's got to be repercussions at some point.
yeah, I don't know if I'd ever make them pay for it, but there would be.
Because I mean, I feel like one time you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
everyone
usually kind of
fucks
a
up,
one
but
and
yeah.
done, but same with like with our old computer system, if they fucked up a credit card, like say if they rang the wrong card on the wrong table and that customer's already left, we can't our old system, we couldn't do anything about it. It was just you're fucked. So at
Oh,
first,
wow,
like we
okay.
could pull back the card and void it, but like
Oh, but you
if we
couldn't
have no
charge.
other way to charge or pay or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah.
like the first time I'm like, fine, understandable, whatever, don't do it again.
Yeah.
Second time, kind of depends on the situation. Third time, I'm like, no, you have to pay for this.
Yeah.
But the problem with that here is that everybody pulls their tips. So if that person's paying for it, then they're technically all paying for it.
Oh, right.
But I think it hasn't, knock on wood, happened so much to the point where I've had to make somebody do it, like pay it for themselves. But if it did happen and it was the third time, I would make sure that person like individually paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
It's fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's not fair for the other people.
You don't make people pay for walkouts, do you?
Yeah, I think it's illegal in the state of
Oh, is it?
Massachusetts. I'm pretty sure it's illegal.
Yeah.
I forget. There was like this law that passed like a few years ago, and it was something about having to pay for a walkout that is more the equivalent of what you get paid hourly. And because our minimum wage is so low
Yeah.
in Massachusetts, you can't.
Yeah.
It 9 times out of 10 you can't.
Because I always thought, like, I kind of got why that rule existed, but I always thought it was shitty. 'Cause
I mean,
most of the time, it's not the person.
it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
You know, like, say if you're an establishment that, you know, I'm sure you guys get this a lot, like, to start a tab, you have to grab
Yeah,
a card.
everyone gets a
Yeah,
credit
yeah,
card.
yeah, yeah.
And if somebody's being lazy, or they're like, oh, well, I know that guy, and
Yeah.
it's like, but they only kind of really know him, like, and they still walk out, it's like, well, that's a policy that we enforce, and you decided not to use it,
Yeah.
and look what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you need to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
You broke the policy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's the
Yeah.
only time. Like that, if like say like you took a card and it declines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
be
what are
on
you
the
gonna
state
do?
for that. Like you did everything
Yeah,
you were
you did what you
supposed
were
to do.
supposed to
So
do, yeah. We used to get that a lot at T-Bones because we did a swipe. It was like a swipe thing. Well, before that, the old computer system, you had absolutely no way of knowing if the card was declined.
Yeah.
So if they gave you a declined card and they walked away, well,
Nothing
you know,
to do.
you have to comp it. But
Yeah.
like then we started a swipe system where it would charge $10 onto your card as like a pre-authorization, and then if it's still, I mean, it helped because then it'd be like decline because it had like $5 in their account.
Right,
Like,
right,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like, and it did help a little bit. But say they only have $20 in their
Right,
account,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
they bring up $50. You're still, you're
Yep.
still fucked. But yeah, I mean, if you do what you're supposed to do and it's still, you know, still gets fucked up.
Do you
then
get a lot of people fighting the charges on cards?
I think we had this conversation
because
a
the
little while ago.
waves of it.
Yeah. It's been in my mind recently.
No, we.
You said the same thing last time you asked
Yeah.
us this question.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we haven't, like, especially if it's like, or if they do call. There's been a couple times when somebody has called, especially with our new system. We'd be like, it said I went to your establishment on this day, but I didn't. So why did I get charged? And I'm like, well, you came in Friday, but it didn't process till Monday. Someone did that.
Oh,
They
yeah,
actually called and they said, I got charged on Monday, but I know you're not even open on Monday. And I was like, okay, what's the last 4 digits of your card? Whatever, but yeah, they came in on Friday.
Yeah. It just processed.
It just didn't process to your specific bank till 2 days. So like those calls we get a lot of.
Yeah.
Or I'll say like, is it pending? Yes, it's pending. Okay, well call me if it goes through. Like, you know, and then it turns out it doesn't go
a
through.
lot of times
Like,
it's just people like
Yeah.
Yeah.
brain farts. Like I called my phone company and been like, I get charged for an international call, and she's like, did you call internet? You know, that kind of like, no. And I'm like, oh wait, Canada counts as international. Like, oh yeah, I did.
Our
I
brothers
did.
to the north.
She was super sweet because she's
Yeah.
like, I'll still credit you. I'm like, no, you don't have to. I'm like, I'm stupid.
Nope, I did it.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't mind paying for it. It threw me. So, all right.
Why are you calling Canada anyway? What do they? What do they have to do for us?
The dude from Resident Evil.
I
He's
didn't really
Canadian.
want a real answer. I just wanted to know why someone is
We
calling.
wanted to form our
Well,
own
you
answers.
asked a question.
You
so
counted,
I
you
told
calling
you.
the Mounties up there.
Technically, yes. He's
Oh,
a
that's right. He
mountain,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I was doing that.
Oh wow. Well, fuck me then.
Yeah.
Continue.
This one is also Becky. What disciplinary actions do you take for repeat employee lateness?
Yo, Becky, what's going on?
No. What is happening, Becky?
I don't know where she works, but it's not like shit show.
What repercussions do you take?
I will schedule you a half hour earlier until you keep showing up on time. So then I'll just keep going earlier and earlier for you. So you're going to have a ridiculous in time.
If they are late, they're late enough, I'll probably take a shift away from them.
Yeah, it depends. Like, if you call me and let me know, like, we're in the city,
Yeah,
so like,
Yeah.
that's true.
traffic fucking sucks. Like, the trains break, all that
Yeah.
stuff. So if you let me know, it's usually less of a big deal than if you just show up 20 minutes late,
Right.
and with no word, nothing like
Yep.
that. Like, dude, just text us, and then
Yep.
it'll be fine. So at least we know you're coming in.
Yeah.
But like after a certain point, I'm like, this dude's not coming to work, or this girl's not coming. So we gotta find a replacement for him. Stuff,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like that-
because after like 10 minutes, I'm like, fuck, they're definitely not coming.
Yeah,
And then I
yep.
start making calls, and I start adjusting times, and
Yep.
and then they're like, they mosey on in with their full cup of Dunkin' Donuts. And
Well,
I'm
and
like,
those
what
people
the
always
fuck?
That's always the
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
I mean, I've been that person. I think we all
Sure.
have.
I mean, again, once in a while, yeah, okay. In a rough night,
Yeah.
you still need your
Yeah,
caffeine.
yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
But in like the opposite, I had this guy that used to let me know, hey, I think I'm gonna be late. Hey, I think I'm gonna be late. Hey, I think I'm gonna be late. And one day, my boss is like, "That's it, write up, Mark." He's like, "I'm tired of this shit, blah blah." blah. And I'm like, "He's never late." And he's like, "He calls all the time." And I'm like, "He calls all the time because he thinks he's gonna be late. He's almost never late." So it almost like hurt him because he
Yeah.
was trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, yeah, I would just take a shift away from them and be like, okay, until you can get your shit together,
Yeah.
I'm going to take a busy shift away from you, fill it in with somebody else,
Yeah.
Yep.
and then you'll really learn your lesson. That usually works. Take money away from them.
Yeah.
Go to your room.
Yeah. You're grounded.
All right. This one's from Becky. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. It's from Eki.
It's from Geo.
Oh.
And it's kind of an open-end statement, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit.
Oh.
Because it says, you know you are a restaurant owner when. So let's say you know you're an industry person when.
Oh.
You
I was waiting
Do you
for
not
it too.
understand how this works?
Yeah.
No.
Jesus Christ. You new here?
We're all sitting here staring at you like,
Yeah.
when what? That was great.
It's not our fault you habitually pause asking questions when you have trouble reading a word.
You know you're an industry person when?
What?
There's so many whens.
I know.
You know you're an industry person when you drink on a Monday.
I'm going to say you know you're an industry person when you go out to eat and you're more concerned about being good to the server than you're enjoying your meal.
I was going to say either that or when you go to another place and you're just critiquing everything around you.
I definitely looked at my friends this weekend. We're at some bar, and I was like, dude, if these were my bartenders, I would fire them all right now.
I actually just recently saw a meme that said like the most like harshest critiques in the restaurant business, and it was John Taffer, Gordon Ramsay, and anyone else that works in a restaurant business visiting another restaurant. It's totally true.
So you
I
know
can't help it.
you're an industry person when you think going to bed at 1 a.m. is going to bed early.
Yeah,
there
that's
you
a
go.
good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been like an old grandma lately. I've been going to bed at like 10.
You have to wake up early.
I know I do.
Like early, getting up early.
I have to be an adult?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Woo! Woo!
Adulting sucks. When interviewing, what are the questions you ask to figure out if a place is toxic or not?
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting. 'cause
That is
usually
kind of interesting.
We usually get
The other way around.
Yeah.
So as a interviewee,
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't done that. I've done
Like
very
been on the
few
other
job
side,
interviews in my
right?
life.
That's same.
So I keep a job for a while. So
I feel like I would ask if your staff gets along, but
How
like
long?
not strictly like in that direct way, right? Like so I'd say, how's your staff work together? Do you guys work as a team? Do you guys like how's your staff relationship? And that
Yeah.
could kind of leave it a little open ended.
staff turnover, I guess.
Yeah, staff turnover is a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Or you
Yeah.
just like, oh, how long have you asked even the person how long have you worked for the company? Because if that person's
Yeah.
been there a month, then you might know.
Then they not.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That can
but
be
I
kind of
mean,
arbitrary,
that's
yeah.
Yeah.
that's tough because I've been that person where
But
like
it-
I'm brand new and I still have to interview somebody and
It opens the door for dialogue, though. Like
yeah.
it's kind of like a way
I mean,
to
I could say
lead into that.
I've worked here for a month, but I've been
Yeah.
a general manager for X amount of years,
Yeah.
so I have more knowledge of the basic stuff than
Yep.
that could still
I feel like
get-
you're gonna get a better answer if you just go in and sit at their bar than
yeah, that's
ask them.
true. I had to
Kinda
do
strike
that.
up a
I had
conversation
to
with the bartender? Or?
yeah,
Yeah.
I had
Or
to
even
do
just
that.
sit there and watch. If
Yeah.
you're doing this industry, you've
I've done
talked
that
before, so.
twice. I've done
Yeah.
that for here, and I've done that for the Jetty in Marshfield.
Yep.
I came to both places before I was officially hired, and I sat. No one knew that they were even. I shouldn't say no one knew. I don't think anybody realized that it was me.
Yeah.
I know they knew that they were hiring, but I don't think anybody knew it was me. I think here, they kind of caught on pretty quickly because it's like, who's this chick coming in 3 times in 1 week? And we haven't seen her in years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you had the job, but no one knew you had the job, kind of thing.
I don't really think I had the job quite yet.
Okay.
Because I think I still was making a decision of whether or not I wanted to leave Longhorn. And I think I came here to see what it was like for business-wise, for the staff, how they get along, how they do things.
Yep.
The very first thing I said was, this place needs way more staff. That was literally the first thing I said.
Yeah.
Because they were running around like chickens with their head cut off on a Friday. And they had 3 people on the floor. This place is fucking huge.
It
Huge,
is,
man.
yeah.
They had 3 people here on a Friday night.
There's just a lot of area.
And
to
last
cover.
night,
Yeah.
there was 3 people behind the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everybody ends up going to the bar, which is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just for dinner service, this whole place is sat.
Yep.
And the whole bar is sat.
Yeah.
And you only had 3 people, no hostess, no food runner, no busser, nothing. It was just 3 people.
One of those people was probably Carl.
No, he wasn't here. that was actually, it was funny because he specifically didn't want to be here when I was here.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want them to make the connection.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I told him, I'm going in on this day, and he'd be like, okay, I won't be there.
Yep.
He wanted to make sure. And it was one day where he ended up being here, and I was like, I can't say hi to him because I don't want them to know that it's me. But, yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, just kind of sit in the place.
Well, it's like when I took over, before I decided to take over the British Beer Company in Plymouth, I worked at other ones, but I didn't. It's a whole new area for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we actually came down here on the way down to the Cape, and we hung out there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I've been there once. And
You're like,
a
this
million.
place is a dump.
Fucking vibe.
Yeah.
But that one's way different than the other ones used to be, because the other ones were like restaurants
but you were all up north.
Yeah, so I've only worked in
Even
the brand new
Cedarville was completely different from you guys.
Yep.
Completely different.
everywhere.
Yeah.
After Pembroke was different.
Yep.
All those ones, because we started. I think Framingham was my first one. That's their first one outside of Walpole.
Yep.
That they started to branch out. And they were bigger and newer buildings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So to go look at that one, which is a dive bar.
Yeah,
but awesome.
literally.
It's
way different.
So different than
Yeah.
other.
And not to mention, I was moving to a whole different part of the state to
Yeah.
take this job. So
Yep.
Yeah.
kind of do I want to be here?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big move. Yeah.
But,
But-
that's your best way to do it. Not ask the interview
No,
guy.
there's certain. I mean, a question I always thought was kind of taboo from an interviewer, but I guess could be the other way around as well. Is I thought it was taboo to ask them how much they were looking to make,
Yeah.
because I feel like money is always kind of I don't know. It's like a weird topic to ask.
Yep.
But
Really,
it's
I feel like that's kind of like an important thing.
well, when you're asking for, I guess I felt like it was odd the other way around. Like, how much would I make on a shift? Kind of is weird because depends on what shifts are you gonna have.
Right,
Depends
right.
whatever. But if I said, how much money are you willing? How much money do you need to make to be comfortable?
Yeah.
At the most minimum.
Yeah.
And they tell me whatever, and then as an interviewer I can say, well, you'll definitely make that.
Yeah.
Or well,
there's no way
depending
you're
on
gonna
the
fucking make that
well,
here, yeah.
and with the shifts that we have available,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's something so. As on the other side, I'm looking to make this much money. Do you think that that's obtainable? And they kind of give you a roundabout answer without really telling you. That's something that's wrong.
Yeah.
So that could be part
That's
of
a
a
good-
toxic,
yeah.
a toxic environment. Because if they don't want to openly tell you what their business is like, then what's really going on behind the scenes? That then once you get the job, you're like, oh, fuck.
And it's hard if the interviewer is the toxic end of it.
Exactly. Well, I mean, look, a lot of it starts from the top. A lot of the
Yeah.
toxic, environment can come from the top, either the tippy top or the management. But if you have an owner that's a fucking dickhead,
Right.
and your management can only take so much, then it's going to start trickling down, and then your staff's going to feel it, and then they're going to start it can start from the top. It doesn't always, but most of the time it does, because your staff feels it. But
Verna wants to know if anyone's experienced this. A guest calls back a few hours after they left, saying they forgot to take their leftovers and wanted them to remake the food because they threw it away.
I've never had that happen.
I've had that happen.
Have you?
Did you
Oh
really?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming you told them to fuck off.
No, because a lot of the time, well, okay, I would, if it was thrown away, I'd say, well, unfortunately, we saved it for you for an experiment, like an extended amount of time. You never came back. We never heard, so we threw it away. You want me to make another one? Sorry. Like, you left. Like, so, no, I wouldn't make them a brand new meal because they left. But I have taught people, like staff, be like, well, save it. Don't immediately throw it away because they could, especially around here where people are on foot.
Yeah.
They might have just gone somewhere else.
By the time they get to their car, they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You hold it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And
like,
then it's fucking right.
And then it's, no, I would 100% never be like, yeah, I'll make you a brand new meal.
Hours later.
People just have the fucking weirdest expectations.
They really do.
Like,
Yep. Be like, I'll make it for you, but you can pay for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had, we were doing a bong painting, and the guy was pretty nice about it, but he broke the bong. Like, he was, like, moving it near his glass and hit the pint glass, and it broke.
He was cheersing his
And then
bong.
he kind of, like, comes over and he's like, dude, can I get enough? I'm like, yeah, for, like, another 30, like...
Yeah.
I don't get to return that.
Right.
Yeah.
Just super glue it real quick and bring it back.
he was pretty chill about it, but he was like, I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, God.
I kind of want Dan to answer this one first.
All right. I'm going to go get a beer then.
This one's from Andrew. How do you handle pet bereavement leave? Does anyone have a policy in place regarding pet bereavements?
Hold on.
I want Dan to answer this first, because I feel like it's going to be funny.
So, here's the thing. I get it. When my dog dies, man, I'm going to be a disaster. But I don't think you can, I don't know. You gotta get your shift covered. Like, you can get a day. Like, I might even help you find coverage for that day. But, like, I don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be tough because whatever I say is gonna be the opposite way.
I know, but you want to be like, fuck you.
Yeah. But like I said, when we were talking about this the other, like someone on our trip was like, their dog passed away, and like, oh, they're all upset. I'm like, yeah, I get it, because when my dog dies, I'm gonna be a fucking mess.
I
already told Alicia she better go get me a new dog that day.
You better look just like the one that passed away.
It's like a swap. You would have never have known. Yeah.
So that poor dog has a personality problem because he's like, you're never as good as Snarls.
That's why Archie feels so neglected. You're not my dog.
So what the question was, leniency about a pet passing away?
Like, what's your policy?
Policy?
Like, pet
bereavement,
When I was over there, I thought I heard you say something about peppermint, and I was like, what?
What is your peppermint policy, and why would I be asking Dan specifically?
They get a day.
Yeah.
They get a day. If it happens on that shift, then okay, you don't have to come in tonight. I'm so sorry.
But let's be honest, we're only talking about dogs, right? Not your fucking
cats.
stupid cat. I'm aiming for a second fucking angry email feedback here on this one.
I weirdly will agree with you completely, because cats are assholes.
Yeah, cats are assholes.
If you die, your cat's not going to care.
Yeah. They're going to eat you.
Throw it in a shoebox,
Yeah.
call it a day.
Yeah.
Bury it 5 feet under, just call it a day.
I always found corporate bereavement policies to be, like, I get it, you have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's always like, your parents, a sibling, your spouse's parents, blah, blah. And then I'm always like, why isn't aunt or uncle on here? Like, there's always ones that I'm just like, there's a glaring hole.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know your relationship to certain people. So,
Yeah.
like, your relationship to your uncle might be way better than to your actual parents.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, I think it's tough to be like, yo.
It's so hard. Like, I hadn't.
But I'll give you another side of the coin. So there's been times where I don't want to go to an bereavement because I don't really know that person.
Yeah.
It's an extended family. I've maybe seen them once a year, if that. And then, but I have to, my parents are like making me fucking go.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't go, my parents will disown me.
I had an aunt pass away recently. I think in my life I've met her 3 or 4 times.
Right.
In my life.
Mm.
And people are like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I mean, it's sad, I guess. I'm like, it's more sad that was like my last aunt on my father's side. It was just weird. But
sometimes it's more about being there for the rest of your family and not necessarily for the person who passed away, too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, the person who passed away is kind of...
Yeah, fuck that guy.
They're like, whatever. You don't have to show up. It's fine.
Okay. They're not going to know anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to be like this person and I'm this person, I don't like to go to these things.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to them.
Yeah.
Not even that. I just don't.
Pop it.
Like, not just fucking wakes, funerals. Like, I don't like to go to them.
Yeah.
Wedding things, showers, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I use work as a way to get out of all that stuff, and I set that fucking standard right out the gate when I got into this like job industry. So like, I have that out. Like, I can't not work today.
I used to get out of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
My family was not like very close. My ex-wife family was extremely close and not always super fun to hang out with. And so every Thanksgiving I worked for the phone company. I'd be like, oh, I got scheduled again.
I gotta take phone calls.
Meanwhile, I would be like, who wants Thanksgiving off?
Yeah.
I've definitely done that, like stuff like that. Like,
well, back to the pet thing. When I lost Rucker last year, I called out of work. They were fine. Everything was fine. But I thought I was gonna be fucking incapacitated for days.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about it, prior, and I was like, he's starting to get old, he's starting to get a little sick. I thought I was going to be inconsolable for days. I had him for 11 years.
Yeah.
And I found going to work was probably my best option.
Absolutely.
Because sitting at home does
because
no
I'm gonna
good.
be sitting at home where my fucking dog would be sitting with me. So
just
like
throwing a ball, and having to get up and go get it.
My dog didn't play fetch anyway. Yeah. I'd have to do that anyway. But yeah, like I would say to Matt, I'd be like, you're gonna have to fucking console me so bad when he passes. And what he did, I was definitely upset, obviously. But it was kind of a relief because he was old and he was getting up there. He was having trouble walking. I was like, this is for the best.
Yeah, usually, like, if it's not sudden when a pet passes, it's usually like, I felt so bad for them, this is better.
Yeah. And so, like, I think I came to work the next day. And Carl was like, you can take the day off. It's like, it's better for me to be at work. So, yeah. I mean, a day. I think a day is more than enough.
I actually worked the day of my father's wake.
Wow.
Because I was just like, I can't be at home. Like, I can't do, like, I have to get out. I have to.
Did you live with your dad at the time?
We were really close.
Yeah.
We didn't, I was.
I'm just thinking along the lines of, like, being at home.
No, it was more just like, because sitting at home, doing nothing, I'm like, or I can get up and go to work.
Yeah.
And do something and at least take my mind off of it. Especially with it being like, the wake is soon. So.
Look, and here's a little tip for you if you want to make a little extra money in the business. Oh, my pet passed away yesterday. Oh, sweetie, honey, baby, here's all the money. Here, go get another dog.
And that, you know what? Don't try that with your uncle.
No, don't try it with the uncle because you can't buy another uncle.
Well, no, because people just be like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Pets? Yeah.
People will try to get out. So we have like a ticket policy or like a vendor policy. Vendors have to give me 2 weeks notice to cancel, tickets 24 hours, and we get every fucking excuse in the book.
Of course.
You know, I'm sick, COVID, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that sucks, I'm sorry. One person, my dog is sick. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me refund your ticket. What kind of dog is it?
So, I see your events now. You do your dog face painting thing.
Yes.
Face painting.
What if their fucking dog dies? So you're gonna give them their ticket? Are you gonna refund it? All right.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I'd be devastated. I'd be like, oh my God.
They're gonna come and they're gonna do it for them.
The entire dog community would disown you.
Yeah.
Like, the whole dog community would disown you.
Oh yeah, if someone's like again, if they're like, oh, my cat's sick, I'd be like, well, you could probably put it down.
Just let it outside.
Yeah, whatever the animal is, though, just always make it a dog. So, like, if it's your hamster that died, be like, oh, my dog died yesterday.
Yeah.
Because no one gives a fuck about a hamster. You just buy another one for $10.
If you're an adult and you have a hamster, I super don't care.
That's true.
Yeah, because like, if I was on a date and she's like, "So I have a hamster," I'd be like, "Cool, I'm gonna go now."
I think a ferret is like the equivalent of a hamster.
That's kind of like the grown-up hamster.
Yeah, I think it's the grown-up. It's not an adult hamster, but it's a grown-up hamster. I had a ferret, so I can attest to that.
I feel like Andy only dates snake women.
No, I feel like I would date the hamster girl.
The snake
No,
women.
it would be the girl who'd be like, "I have 4 hamsters, and this one's Mr. Pennyworth," and you'd be like, "Fuck."
Someone with
I
a
got
spider.
little costumes for it. And
Are you coming over Friday? 2 of the hamsters are getting married. I'm like, no.
Can you officiate?
I'm throwing a bris for my hamster.
All right, that I might show up for.
Oh,
wait, what?
Sold.
World's tiniest little.
It's funny. We definitely learned that my dogs like me better than Alicia this weekend because
Oh, really?
she's been traveling for work a lot, so she's gone.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you're back." I got back. I was gone for 4 days. I will tell you, they have not stopped following me around the fucking house since I've been home. Like, I woke up to Archie just sitting over watching me sleep.
My
I think Marty definitely likes Matt more than me because he drives around in the van with him all the time.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, fuck.
my Dotson used to like me more than my ex-wife. Like, we'd be sitting on the couch together. It would jump in between us when there's no space and like fucking weasel its way in and like lean on me and look at her like, "Fuck off."
Fuck off.
That's, I mean, we already knew Snarl's Edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's well carried.
But
She
Archie
doesn't
was
like Alicia.
questionable. Yeah.
Archie was always tend to be Alicia's dog, and I don't think that's the case anymore.
All right, this listener says, "Does anyone do blackout dates during holidays so employees can't request off?"
Yes.
We don't, but I worked at places where we used to, and I wish we did.
So you don't even do it for like, I don't know, like big days, like St. Patrick's Day, or
We should. We have so much staff where we
That you don't need
usually
to?
get people to work, but there's some days I'm like, "Oh, everyone wants to not work this day," and I wish
Yeah.
we did do that just for those couple days a week because we're really good about getting people their requests off.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'd be fair for us to be like, "Yo, you can't take every day off like that. We'll do our
Yeah.
best." But
yeah, our staff here is really good about coverage, and they're really good about helping each other out. But we have 2 a year that we can't take off, and that's St. Patrick's Day and Parade Day. That's it.
Yep.
Halloween, it is what it is. Or night before Thanksgiving, I have to add staff on, so it's like it's not necessarily like I only need to add 2 people as opposed to adding 10.
Yeah.
Like, so but yeah, Parade Day and St. Patrick's Day are like, I don't care if you don't work those dates, like those days of the week. I actually put it a month and a half ago. I put it on I have a weekly sheet with like a bunch of different stuff going on and whatever. And I put it a month and a half ago. No, 2 months ago. I said, in August, I said, if you don't work Saturdays, plan on working November 18th. It's Parade Day. If you don't know what that is, come talk to me because you're going to need a pep talk.
You're gonna need a hug.
You're gonna need,
And I don't care if your dog dies.
Don't care.
Don't go out that night
Don't
before.
care.
Yeah.
We got a big freezer over here. Stick it in the freezer. We'll bury it later. We'll all have a fucking after party, and we'll celebrate the passing of your dog. Look, we can make this a thing, all right? But yeah, no.
Dude, Mitch doing a eulogy for your dog would be super funny.
Especially who wears that nun costume for his music.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Jonathan wants to know, has anyone heard about a restaurant apparently fining parents for unruly children?
I've heard of it.
He wants to know if you think it's fair. I'm like, I don't even know if that's legal. Like, I've seen posts, and again, it's the internet. Who knows if it's real or not? Like having a fee for, say, if they the kids make a giant mess.
Yeah.
Like a cleaning fee or your kid's unruly fee, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I only
I've
saw
heard
like
of
that
it.
one, like someone having a meltdown about it. Well, dude, your kid sucks. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had something like that during COVID because, like, we had to, like, not have tables, like, we had to stagger every other table that we could seat.
yep.
The kids would be, like, just crawling all over the tables that were vacant, And, you know, this was when I was working in the corporate world, and so they were very strict about it. And I'd have to keep telling people, this isn't a fucking playground. Like, you need to keep your kids here because this is sanitized. We're 6 feet apart for a reason, 10 feet apart for a reason, like, oh, whatever. And they're just like, yeah, but they're just, you know, I'm like, ugh. I feel like this is a Carl topic. I feel like him and kids, like, he nails it every time. Like, the fact that I now have a kids menu here, he was like, what? And I was like, well, just takes less time for the staff to have to say, well, we can do this, we can do this, we can do, like just give them a fucking kids menu. Like, he nails it though, because we're a bar that just happens to serve food.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that's the same type of atmosphere for you too.
Yeah, we don't get too many kids often.
Yeah.
If we do, it's like Monday through like Thursday during the day, so it's just like, but they're not like running around or anything crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, or running around or like whatever. But I think it's fair? I guess it depends on your business. Are you attracting that many families that it's happening so often that you feel like you have to do something about it?
It's also one of those, like, at some point, if you have that many families, it's the expectation. Like, if it's a Chuck E. Cheese's, then no, you can't fucking do that. Assume it's gonna be fucking bedlam. You know? Right. If you have a giant arcade like Pins or you know, there's a certain amount of, like, it's going to be more unruly.
Yeah, if you're going to attract that family vibe, that's part of the family fucking atmosphere. Is a disaster when the kids leave.
If I go to food court and one kid's like, meh, I'm like, someone needs to kill that kid. This is fucking ridiculous. Why is he even here?
Why is he
arrested? Children.
Is there a height requirement?
It's you know, and I've always been, like, I had a friend who's like, oh, I don't take my kids out to eat. And I'm like, why? And he goes, oh, they're just out of control. I'm like, yeah, it's your job that you make sure. Like, I take my kids out to eat because I want them to learn how to function in society.
I think one of the posts that I had seen, it was at an Italian restaurant, and my immediate thought was, if that place has carpet, it's so fucking hard to get pasta out of the carpet. And that's definitely worth the fee. Because you vacuum over that 1,000,000 times, it's not fucking coming out. Smushed up macaroni in the fucking crevices of your tiny threaded carpet.
Everywhere.
Like, I guess it depends on your establishment, but I would always.
If you do it though, you better be very fucking upfront that you're doing. Like, it should be posted on the front door,
on the menu, on the table, on your seat.
Yeah, I just feel like it's asking for especially this day and age.
And again, if it's an establishment that's not what you want, then that's okay. You can allow the customers that you want in, depending on how you set it up. Right, exactly.
You know, and that's I think that's fine, but it's just when you have something where it's left to personal judgment, like unruly, what's that? Is it a crying baby or is it a kid running laps around? You know, and you get the person who had a server who had a bad day and just the kid was a little boisterous and gets charged, and then someone else is having a great day or loves kids
and they don't
and they don't. Now you're gonna like get the all things Plymouth treatment.
I've always seen, like, and I'm sure it's more for comedy than it is for, like, legitimate but like charges, but like I always see the signs behind the bar. It's like, you know, if you if you're drunk, you get a $5 charge. If you get a, like, you know, you hit on the waitress and she doesn't, she doesn't reciprocate, that's a $10 charge. Like, it's like just funny shit like that. Like, there's so many times where I'm like, I wish I could fucking make a sign like that and just be funny about it and just be like, yeah, well, you're an asshole, so here's a $20 charge. Like,
I did go to a local establishment and it's not, I mean sort of here, but it was Lucioso's.
Oh, okay.
And this is
no, go ahead.
This is not the story you think.
Oh, okay.
This is a totally different story, because I would not have named it if it was the story that you're thinking of.
That's true.
So there's a bartender.
Story you're thinking of later.
there was a bartender, Jackie, there, loved to bust balls.
Yeah.
And they always give free popcorn.
Oh, you've told the story like 17 times on this podcast.
All right, fine, never mind.
Dan, you want to finish the story?
She charged him for popcorn.
Yep.
And called him squirrel pussy.
No, that's a different story. That's a different story.
But I love that was it. Yep.
Fuck you. All right, fine. Like, shut up. I'm supposed to remember what I said on this.
Jess gonna remember.
All right, that's last call. Fuck out.
No, I mean, I know for a fact we've repeated so many things on the show, but it's just so nice to remember the ones that you repeat that I just needed to call you out on it. Is the last
You don't have to bust my balls at home, but you can't do it here.
I'm gonna bust your own nut over there.
So, Jess, what do you got for last call?
Oh, God. If
This will be out after parade.
Okay, I know. Let me see. How about night before Thanksgiving? Is that too close?
I feel like that's too close. That's too
okay.
close. This will probably be like the end of.
Well, I'd promote New Year's Eve, but I don't know if we're gonna do anything this year.
What about stupid
really?
tree
Yeah.
lighting?
So I don't want to promote the tree lighting. It brings as many people as it is anyway. If you guys want to go see a tree that's lit, go up to Boston. Don't come down to Plymouth. How about
They
that?
even light a tree in Boston?
I don't know. Who fucking
Is the
knows?
tree going to be on Town Hall Green?
I don't fucking know. I don't want any of it. No, I'm just kidding. I
She
want
didn't
all
want
of
that
it.
holiday smoke.
No,
She's
it's
gonna be the Grinch. She
it's
can't
the-
steal it.
I was the Grinch last year. I will be happy to be the Grinch this year. No, I don't think we're going to do anything for New Year's Eve this year. Because it's on a Sunday.
that's a
And,
weird
I mean,
night,
granted,
yeah.
most people have the day off the next day, regardless of what day of the
Yeah,
week
yeah.
it is. But we're open at 8 a.m. and then we close at 8 p.m. Now, if we were to stay open till 1 a.m., I don't have the staff for that.
Yeah.
8 a.m. to 1 a.m., I don't have the staff for that.
Yep.
Kitchen staff, front of the house staff, I just don't have that much. So,
Are you going to stay open late at all? Or just.
I think we will. It just depends on
Yeah.
how late. Like, Fly Down always plays on Sundays, so that's another thing. Are they going to be able to play on New Year's Day?
Right.
Are they going to... Like, we don't know. It's kind of up in the air. But, I mean, New Year's Eve is overrated anyway. I'm gonna anti-promote you New Year's Eve. That's going to be my last call. Just stay the fuck home.
Such a damn thing.
I was channeling my inner Dan. Yeah, stay the fuck home or go somewhere else. I always used to go to Nashville for New Year's Eve, and I fucking loved it because I didn't have to do anything about it. I just let everybody else serve me. So,
What do you got,
fuck New
Dan?
Year's Eve.
I feel like she just stole your thunder.
No.
Sorry.
I didn't have anything anyway, so.
Why are you so fucking salty all of a sudden? Jesus, I thought we were having
the
fun
grid.
here.
Go out for New Year's Eve. On the New World.
Go to New World Tavern, New Year's Eve. When they
Not
tell
gonna be
you-
open, but
when
it's
they tell you
fine.
it's last call, tell them to fuck off.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, nothing.
No. What do you got? Nothing going on in Boston lately?
I don't care. what's
Come
going on
see
in
the
Boston.
Bruins at Stats.
Dude, I feel like the Bruins are good right now and no one gives a shit.
I know.
Because the Celtics
They're
are
so
way better.
fucking good right now.
Oh, I get Celtics tickets.
Do you
Isn't that
have them?
strange? No.
Why? You don't even like basketball.
I know, but I've never been to a game.
I feel like the
Go.
world is so pissed off at the Patriots that they're not seeing how good the Bruins and the Celtics are.
I
right
think
now.
it's because no, the Celtics are getting their shine. It's the Bruins let everyone so bad.
Oh, yeah.
last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
I wouldn't trust that fucking team
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
in the Stanley
everyone.
Cup. Yeah,
We're the greatest team who's ever lived.
we're losing in the first round.
Ah,
Bye.
don't remind me.
Yeah,
God damn
that was
it.
brutal.
As a Celtics fan, it's fun for me to poke at the Bruins fans. You guys
It
talk
was
so much
springtime,
shit.
and I was wearing like a Bruins shirt, and someone's just like, "Ugh, too soon." And I'm like, "That's like a month and a
I have
half
my
ago."
hockey shirt on
Yeah.
today.
So since we talked about pets, go adopt a pet. Don't
Yeah.
don't
I may be
buy one
adopting
from
a
a
new dog.
breed. Aw.
Yeah, I can show you a picture.
You're talking to two guys that have
know.
dogs from breeders. From the same breeder.
I know. Yeah, from literally the same
Yeah.
breeder.
You buy a dog wherever you want. Just go get a dog and not a cat.
Go get a
I'll,
dog.
I'll second that. Yeah, forget cats, man. Like
Yeah.
they're worthless. But yeah, go get a dog. They'll love you.
Yep.
Like, because no one else does.
Uncontrollably.
No
true.
one else loves you. Get a dog.
Unless you're Alicia, then
one
the
else
dogs won't let you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can follow us on all social medias at BarTalkCast. You can email us at bartalkcast.com.
Some of the same Bartok cats.
bartalkcast@gmail.com. And we will catch you guys next time. And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/inebriart to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at inebriart.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at inebriart or at inebriart6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebriart, and all the other shows on the Inebriart Network, which you can find at inebriart.com. Thanks again for listening.